Alright people, here we have another video and another update because this just got another major part replaced. This car has now had an alternator put on it yesterday. What a delightful to go to church and replace an alternator, which I spent most of the time doing instead of in church. Well, I didn't really do it, I just kind of helped them and was looking to see how to do it. 28 days, I might have to do it probably. So let's take a look. I'm not starting it because it's not even cold out. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you all how much work we had to do to get the alternator off of this car. We're going to start under the hood. So, high output motor and alternator is way down there. So I was assuming, and I thought I saw him get it from the top, but I guess not, because the video says it's gonna come out from the bottom, which meant that everything on this side had to come off. The control arm, the axle, the tie rod and sway bar links had to come out. Disconnect the brake line so we get the the hub off, all that good stuff. And then you can squeeze the alternator through that little passageway after you get the axle out, because the axle, you can kind of see it down there, is in the way. So you take that off and then you can swing the alternator down there and get it out. So luckily enough, I caught it early enough so I could get it. I had to do some evasive driving again with this car and get us to our destination barely within I guess about 10 seconds before the battery would have died and the car would have cut off. By the time I pulled the way we were going, the radio was cutting out, so I'm like, oh, I got about 5 seconds to find a place to park, and in DC, that's not an easy thing to do. So I parked it on the corner and changed it. We had to change it right there because the guy was lucky enough that we had a guy that could do it right there on the spot. So they didn't get it towed or nothing, and brought it back home that same day. So now this car has gone through a intake gasket replacement, fuel pump, and now the alternator. And once again, I'll remind you, this car is a 2001. You can see that. Which means this car is now, what, 13, unlucky 13 years old? That is my baby, it's turning 19. So, what am I doing that for? I got the button. So yeah, that's just another update, and we'll see. Hopefully that's all that we should be doing in this car this year. We'll see. But anyway, everything else is still fine. The Saturn is still working great after the accident. No problem there. Although he did lose, I'll show you. He can no longer use his hazard. What happened there? Anyways, he can no longer use his hazard lights because I blame GM for this, I guess. And you can see that. And there's a hole there. So somehow the light, the button to push for the light is now inside the dash. Cheap plastic. They spent all their money on these dent-resistant fenders. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'll catch y'all later on.